This video is brought to you by Robinhood, the free and easy to use investment and trading brokerage. Robinhood allows you to trade and buy stocks, ETFs, bonds, and cryptocurrencies completely free. Also, if you download using the link in the description below, you'll get one free stock valued up to $200 just for signing up. No, you don't have to deposit a dime, and you can become instantly a part owner in companies like Microsoft, Walmart, McDonald's, or Disney just by getting lucky. So download Robinhood today and start taking advantage of this historic 2020 stock market crash. No, that's not my full portfolio. You guys aren't ready for that just yet. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of spicy duels for you guys to check out, especially this first one where you guys are going to see something crazy. You're going to see a monster hit the board that neither one of these decks have any business making, but it just highlights how broken one of these decks might actually be. We know the ceiling of a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Combo decks is absolutely insane right now because of these enablers like Link Cross and Christian Halafibrax, but this even made me raise an eyebrow. It was absolutely absurd. Anyways, before we jump into those duels, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button on this video, because if you don't, YouTube don't show these duels to nobody, and that's definitely terrible for us, the creators. So give the video a thumbs up, please, for the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, we have well, I like to call these decks just basically like Wise Tricks Turbo, because that's essentially what they are. These Beast Warrior decks that can be anything from Raid Raptors to Blackwings to a combination of both. And then we have Animancipators featuring the Onomatopoeia cards at the top. When did we get to the point where we're actually, like, unironically playing freaking Yuma Zexal anime cards? I find that hilarious and the best deck in the game. Anyways, let's roll this. I believe that the Beast Warrior Turbo, not Animancipator, but the Beast Warrior Turbo, Wise Tricks Turbo deck essentially is going to be going first. And, with this deck, like, it kind of is surprising to me that no one really plays this. I understand that maybe it can't play through Disruption quite as easily as Adamancipator, so maybe that's why people are like, Cap, just play the Adamancipator deck. It's a better version, even though they both have high ceilings. This deck does a lot of good things. It can summon infinite negates. You see a lot of the same monsters. You get Cyber Dragon Infinity. You'd have to pay off your life points, but you get some powerful stuff. You're going to get the some more Link monster that can pull Apex Avian out of your deck. You technically get infinite negates, which, I mean, that's more negates than Adamancipators can ever accomplish, because this is infinite negates. You got the IP Masquerena for even more dank plays, but unfortunately no cards in hand for that Nightmare Unicorn. That is, I guess that's a little troubling, but it's perfectly fine. You got infinite negates and you got Cyber Dragon Infinity. However, Dark Ruler No More is a thing, and this is why I'm like looking more towards Blinding Second this format. I just feel like Dark Ruler No More destroys every combo deck in the game, essentially. Maybe not Madoche because they have Promenade, but I feel like most of the decks just get wrecked so hard by this card. I mean, you can have other things like, the Dragon Buster, little dude equipped by Union Carrier and whatnot, but overall, I just feel like this card is so ridiculously powerful. Now, you would expect the Adamancipator deck to go into some of its textbook plays, which it definitely is going to do some of those plays, but there's also going to be a little spice thrown in here, and I'm talking about a spicy meatball, something that Adamancipators shouldn't even be running in the extra deck, but why not? I told you guys before, months ago, Konami's biggest mistake with this archetype, I might make an entire video on it, but Konami's biggest mistake with the Adamancipator archetype is that they didn't build any restrictions into the archetype. As soon as I realized that the deck could summon Halafibrax, I was like, yeah, this archetype's gonna be a fucking problem. Konami didn't put no restrictions on it, and now look where we are, where it can just do anything that it possibly wants. So we see double IP Masquerena, and then check out this cheese. This is why Adamancipators needed restrictions, ladies and gentlemen. He says, Cap, I'm going for the ultimate flex, the 5-headed Link Dragon hitting the field. Dude, just say bye-bye to your entire board. It's just gone. Just the entire board. You spent 10 minutes making your little combo. Everything just goes bye-bye just based on the 5-headed Link Dragon hitting the field. Now, we obviously cannot pull off any type of OTKs because, well, we play Dark Ruler no more, so we don't get any battle damage. But it does still show you, like, what are we doing here? We're at the point where this deck is flexing so hard, it's making freaking 5-headed dragons and whatnot. And obviously, the the Winged Beast Wise Trick Turbo deck doesn't really have much that it can do. Not to mention, I don't really know what one card can get you out of this situation. I mean, maybe Winged Dragon Spear Mode. Like, yeah, maybe that would have been the top deck. Get rid of this. Actually, no, it wouldn't have. If Blot Dragon floats into more monsters, then they would just get more Adamancipators and kill you with those. So yeah, man, this is just absolutely crazy. No restrictions in Adamancipators. What was Konami thinking one day? I don't think that. You know what? Here's what I think. I don't think Konami R&D tested. I think I've said this before. I don't think Konami R&D tested Adamancipators because they looked at them and they probably thought, oh, it's an RNG deck, Cap. If you don't get your, excavations, the deck is probably not that good. They didn't test like Halifibrax and stuff. Anyway, second duel, Zefra versus, I just call this deck Sharks. This is a deck, by the way, that got destroyed by the ban list. This deck, I really believe that, Eternity Code was going to make this a legitimate strategy because I had seen the boards with double Toad, double Bahamut Shark turn 1. They were very strong. But now you only got one Toad, and it just honestly, in my opinion, it killed the deck. Anyways, playing one of the newer cards from Rise of the Duelist, Fury of the Kiryushin, that allows you to search Torrential Tribute straight from your deck. And usually you'd be like, why do you want to search Torrential, Cap, if you're going to make this strong board? However, what you're actually going to do, and actually this is what Rebellion Shark, this is our Rebarian Shark. This is going to stack rank up the 7th one of my favorite cards. My favorite rank up, by the way, on top of the deck. But then you're actually going to rank this guy up into Number F0 Utopic Future. This has monster negation, and more importantly, it's immune to the destruction of Torrential. So when you torrential your own field, you're not going to lose this guy. So if your opponent overextends, they try to come over the top, they're like, man, you only got one negate. I'm just going to spam all my monsters. No problem, bro. I'm just going to hit you with this Torrential Tribute right quick, and we can get rid of all 3 of them Zefra monsters. So not a big deal. And again, if your opponent tries to throw negation or tries to throw monster effects at you, you can actually snatch steal their monster and negate it at the same time. And then you also, next play, you get the rank up magic, the 7th one. Now, unfortunately, I think that's Zefra Divine Strike. So yeah, most decks wouldn't have counter traps. So this would probably be a win con because usually you summon, I think it's 107 Masquerade. It's in the extra deck, right? That's what I usually play with it. Oh, he doesn't run it. I guess he might be going for like the Chaos. Okay, maybe he's going for the Chaos 101. That's another decent option. I think 107 is better though because it's like the one where you special summon it, you rank up into it, and then it has an MST effect, so you pop one of your opponent's back row, and then it can cut their life points in half. It's crazy. Anyways, he's going to go into the token Bahamut Shark into Totally Awesome play that the deck is known for. It's just the real problem now with TA being at 1. When Totally Awesome goes to the graveyard, you don't get the floating ability of it anymore, unless you just don't want to use Toad for the remainder of the duel, as Toad will be stuck in the graveyard. Anyways, he's going to go for that Astrum, and that's going to kill Toad. This is what I mean. See, he puts the Toad back into the extra deck. It used to be before that you could just get back one of your Sharks and then still summon your other copies of Toad. I honestly think Konami should just they need to give us Toad back. I mean, come on, Konami. Konami kind of killed a lot of these strategies. When they did put Toad at 1, I don't really think it's the most fair thing, especially when you got combo decks doing all sorts of crazy things. Anyways, he is going to attempt to summon that Toad for the 2nd time because he put it back in the extra deck, so no biggie. But he doesn't seem to have a way of getting Astrum off the field. I wonder if he can find a way using all of these, these water XC monsters. We'll have to see. Anyways, he is going to use his negation, steal his opponent's monster. This card is a doozy. His opponent will attack the Toad. Now he's pretty much forced to take a different monster. And it's going places. I think this is the turn where he is finally going to be able to break the Astrum, going for Beautiful Princess, and that can get you into your shark monsters, and then a lot of these sharks like Cutter Shark just go plus. Yeah, this is going to be it. So he's going to go into number 37, and this is the Spider Shark, and this one can reduce Astrum's attack. So, that's one way of doing that. Going in for 101. Some of these cards, you look at them, you're like, oh, who even plays this stuff anymore? But if it it gets the job done. It gets the job done. When Astrum tried to activate the effect, he is going to use F-Zero to negate that. You don't get the Snatch Steal It, unfortunately, but you do get to negate it. This was pretty big. He got the Zephyr Roar. This allows him to activate it from the hand because he has 2 Pendulum Scales, and he can get rid of the Impermanence, which would have been another disruption to be used against his opponent. But now his opponent, you know, the Pendulum Summon is still kind of legitimate. Pendulum Summons 3, and if you only have 1 monster effect to stop, your opponent can do this. They can start chain blocking, and they can make it really difficult. Now, he didn't break the board yet, so we'll see where this goes. Going to start attacking those monsters. I think he used Zephyra Providence to protect, but he still is sitting on that copy of Zephrani. So now he's just kind of on the defensive. You know what? I think I'm feeling pretty good about the Shark deck, except he doesn't seem to be able to break through. Lightning Storm is way too deep in the duel for this card to actually be good. And oh no, what happened to all of his monsters? Rest in pepperonis. Chosen of the Zephyra, clearing out an entire board. Who would have saw that coming? And now he's going to Pendulum Summon 3. I think, as crazy as this is, I think he's actually going to normal summon Zephraf, going for the Zephraf beatdown. Now his opponent only has 1 card to stop all of this, and yeah, I don't really see White Mirror doing it. He scoops it up, and that is the end of the duel. Man, the Shark deck, I'm telling you guys, the Shark deck, because people are going to be like, man, Cap, that Shark deck was trash. It was always going to be, I'm telling you guys, the Shark deck was legitimate. The ban list killed the Shark deck. Toad going to 1 made it basically unplayable. If Toad was at 1, I do believe it would have been a legitimate deck. But hopefully you guys did enjoy those duels, and if you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.